Peace. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator, who is one. There is none like him. None to the left, none to the right, and none that sit on the right hand of authority. Everybody, I hope you're having a pleasant day. May the Spirit always be upon you, walk with you, guide you, protect you. May his staff be your sword. May he do his business to those that would oppose you, God's chosen children. The spirit outside of this realm that controls all things. We're here at Exodus 31. It's a short chapter. So maybe I'll do a little dialogue while I'm doing it. But let's go ahead and jump right in. Then the Lord said to Moses, "See, I have chosen Bezalel, son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and I have filled him with the Spirit of God." Okay, so we have the Lord, we have God, we have the Lord. Okay? We're coming close up to it, folks, where I need you to understand that something is going on here. That Moses is talking with a man. So if this man that's considering himself a Lord, then this Lord that Moses is talking to about would be Yahweh. It has to be Yahweh. Okay? And here's the thing. Yahweh is a man. Okay? Yahweh is a man of war. So Yahweh is a man, and Moses is having conversation with a man. And we're coming up into the chapters where it's going to be proven that Moses is talking with a man. Because you have one Lord that's interacting with Moses, and then you have another Lord that's telling Moses, "Look, I'll let you see my back, but you can't see my face. Anyone sees my face, I'm dead." So you have to question who it is that Moses is sitting with. I'm trying to teach everybody that this Bible is duality. There's two Adams, there's two Jesuses, there's two Moseses, there's two creation stories, and there's two Bibles. It's duality. This is why the Bible exists. This is why the Creator allowed the Bible to be hijacked. This is why he allowed it to be rewritten, because duality must exist in order for us to be taught good and evil. The Bible had to be hijacked in order for somebody like me to see the insanity of what's being written inside of this Bible. This is why people don't read the Bible, is because they don't understand the Bible. They don't understand that it was hijacked. They see the contradictions in it, and it rattles their head, but it just doesn't make sense. Well, when you start thinking about the Bible in terms that there's two creation stories, and that Israel and the Gentile are two different races of people. One race is without the Spirit, the other race is with the Spirit, and that is the difference. That is what makes the difference between good and evil. It's that simple. So the Lord here is got to be Yahweh, right? Which is 368 of the Strongs, and then God would equal Elohim. Okay, now what I'm trying to teach you about Elohim is that they are the knowledge of good and evil. Elohim are both good and evil because Elohim are plural of the Supreme Creator. The Creator who eats, both creates and eats, created something that eats. What did he create that eats? Us. Mankind. We're the one that eat. We are consumers. We're flesh eaters. It's not like that on the other side of the world. It's not like that. This is why they make movies called Outer World, Inner World, and this kind of nature. Upside Down World. They got a few of them, you know. Underworld. They're telling you in Hollywood, folks, it's straight up in your face that duality exists. This is a shithole we live in. This plane of existence is death. Okay? The spiritual world, death doesn't exist for the living. For the underworld, it's an eternal death. How would you like to be born into this world over and over and over and over and over and over and over? And that's your eternity. To die and be reborn into this world. To die and be reborn into this world. Forgetting who you were, your whole life before you and everything, and then be born back into this world. They try to show you in movies like this with Wolverine and the X-Men. In the beginning, they show you the guy who plays Wolverine in the X-Men, that he's going through all these wars, that he's lived through all these beatings. He's been through World War One, he's been through the World War Two, he's been through the Korean War, he was through all these wars he's going through. What if you were born into this world over and over and over? Because you couldn't find the higher mind, and then each time that you're born into this realm, you degrade a little bit more. Another piece of your soul is taken from you. One more extraction of the essence of the person that you are. Now, I don't necessarily believe in reincarnation, but it sure is a horrid thought to think that you'd be born into this world as it degrades. Degrading. It continues to degrade, and each time that you're born into it, you degrade with it. It's a pretty frightening thought. Give me 1 second. So, hear him, the Spirit of God, with wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, and all kinds of skills, to make all kinds of artistic designs with gold, silver, and bronze. Well, clearly it says that none of these things really matter to the Creator. Stones and silver and metals and stuff, that's all mankind stuff that they like. Mankind has made these things important to them. The Spirit of God hasn't made any of this stuff important to him. If you guys could be in my head and know and understand this creation story, and that something outside this place, okay? Something outside of this place that is beautiful and perfect and wholesome, and that created evil and gave this evil the reign of their evil. And who is it? Who is it trying to tell us? It's trying to tell us who it is. It's us, mankind, created on the sixth day. Okay, I've been watching a lot of videos, people's videos, about the 666 system. Folks, it's so discouraging. It's heart-wrenching. It's heartbreaking for me to sit here and knowing that I have cataloged all these hours, into studying the understanding of the scriptures, looking at words forward and backwards, reading parables in the scriptures now, forwards and backwards, looking at the word, seeing if there's anything hidden in the word, anything more in the word that it could be saying. I don't just read the Bible now like I used to. I'm looking at the words. I'm trying to understand the words. I'm telling you that if you learn every two-letter language of every country in the world, then you'll speak the words of Satan. You'll understand how the word knowledge works, because that's what they do. It all started out with two-letter words. It started out with it started out with buh. It started out with all these sounds, and then they added a letter and they created a word, and then they added to the word, and then they added to the word. This is why it's important to understand the etymology of a word and understand where it's coming, whether it's from a Germanic standpoint, or whether it's Latin, or whether it's Greek. Where did the word originate from? What does it mean? This is why two-letter words are so damn powerful. Your mind will expand when you start. You look at two-letter words, you're like, holy shit, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Look at all these two-letter words. I don't even know what the hell they mean. That's how many there are. Two-letter words are a hidden language, folks. It's a language. The language is a language within the language. It takes a lot of work. It takes so much work to look at these words and break down the information that I've brought, that I've learned, what I've taken years to study and bring to people, to be mocked at from these Christians, and to sit and listen to their theology about 666 and try to listen to them talk about the angel number 666 and how polluted and diluted they are. Completely wacko. Absolutely zero understanding. And it's all unfolding. It seems like the more I talk about 666 and I share my content about 666, the more nutty this world is becoming. I think my information is flooding. I just don't think that they're letting me see it. I think a lot of my material gets shared, especially when I talk about the 666 system. So make all these things to cut and set stones, to work in wood, and to engage in all kinds of crafts. Moreover, I have appointed Aholiab, son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, to help him. Also, I give ability to all the skilled workers to build all I have commanded you. The tent of meeting, the ark of the covenant law with the atonement cover on it, and all the furnishings of the tent, the table and its articles, the pure gold lampstand and all its accessories, the altar of the incense. Again, man, see, altar of incense. And I just read to you guys the other day that incense doesn't mean anything to the Creator. He just wants you to walk upright. Animal sacrifices don't mean anything to him over a righteous person, man. Would he not prefer a righteous person over the slaying of an animal to spill its blood for your sins? Come on, folks. This is all mankind. This is why atheists have turned away from the Bible, man. And I'm not encouraging that. I want the atheists to hear this lesson. I want the atheists to understand that the Bible was designed for this purpose. It was designed for you to have scales on your eyes from the Creator and stuff. You got to understand, when you fall into this plane of existence, you forget everything of your past, your soul, your memory of who you are and where you came from, your connection to something that was greater than yourself outside of this realm. And then you fell into the love of the flesh. You fell into the selfie world. You're selfish. That's why you all are all taking selfies, because you're selfish people. All you care about is shaking your rear ends, pushing your tits out on TikTok, doing your little devil dances, your little death dances, and all that. I'm on to all of you, man. I'm on to you guys. And your time is up. I just keep praying for God to start throwing them hailstones on you people that are walking contrary to God and not paying attention. I don't care if it's my own freaking daughter. If she doesn't want to hear the truth about what I'm sharing and she continues to turn her back on my lessons and stuff, then the Creator is going to punish her, and he's going to punish her twice as hard, because the truth was revealed to her. I had to learn this on my own. This truth was revealed to her like a piece of cake. Here's the truth. I learned it. This is my hard studies. Even my grandson says that he wants to study the Bible through his own eyes. Hey, I'm all for that. I'm all for it. But I told him, look, if you're reading the Bible through your own eyes and you're pulling out of the Bible incorrect information, then it's my job to correct you on that information. Because his best friend is Latter-day Saint. So, and I'm worried for my family. I can't, it's weird. You can't do anything. I can't do anything, and this is what I got to learn. This is what I got to work on. I got to work on letting things go a little bit easier than allowing my daughter to use my grandchildren to manipulate me and make me angry and bend me out of shape and just drop off the face of the earth and stop talking to. Everything's fine and dandy. It always is for a month, 2 months with me and my daughter, and then bam, out of nowhere, she just drops off the face of the earth, stops calling, doesn't allow the kids to answer the phone now. None of them have answered the phone for well over 3 weeks, man, 2-3 weeks. So yeah, it's kind of discouraging, man, to have a manipulator like my daughter is. She's a complete, total control freak. She likes to, and she can't take direction. She can't listen to any kind of organization. She's so disorganized herself. She's such an awful, awful role model for the children. I'm in terror for the children, knowing how my daughter's lived her life. And then I say something to my daughter like, would you like your daughters to grow up anything like me? My daughter's like, well, I wouldn't mind. Well, she wouldn't mind because of her life. See, this is where they say, well, I'd love my daughter unconditionally, whether she did what I did or not. No, well, then you're guiding your children inaccurately, the wrong way, man. You got to steer them completely away from that. This is why it's so important for an adult to share not all their aspects of the life, but tell their child that they were wrong about things, man. I did things that I shouldn't do. Your child needs to hear you say that you are wrong about them, because they're going to listen to somebody who says that they're wrong about something rather than somebody saying, do as I tell you and not as I do, man. Let them see your pain. Let them tell them the grief that it caused you, what you went through. You have to have a relationship with your children today. You have to have this conversation going on at a very young age, because if you're not engaging with your children at a young age, then the world and the television set is. Okay, you got to get that boob tube, that fucking idiot box out of your head, that mashed potato pit out of the living room, man. Remove that weapon of mass destruction, and our children could possibly stop shaking their asses. Remove this computer. I'm just, whew. I'm bent on all of this, folks. To help him. Also, I give ability to the skilled workers to build all I've commanded you, the tent of meetings, the ark of the covenant law, and the atonement cover on it, and all the furnishings of the tent, the table of the articles, the pure gold, lampstands, and all its accessories, the article of the incense, the altar of the burnt offerings, and all its utensils, the basin with its stand, and also the woven garments, both the sacred garments for Aaron the priest and the garments for his sons when they serve as priests, and the anointing oil and fragrance from the holy place. They are to make them just as I've commanded you. So I'm in my head, and Moses is having this one-on-one conversation with another man. Okay? Granted, it may be a spiritual man guided by the Spirit of God, but do any of us really know? Remember, you're cast into a world of shit. Okay? Most of everything that's around you is inherently what they put on the television is all evil. It's all you see. It's all you see is death, car accidents, bank robberies, school shootings, Mandalay Bay shootings, boats sinking, war. That's all you get, man. You get nothing but the shit, man. And then they try to give you the soft stories that don't mean anything at all. Well, why don't we talk about something that's real? About the LGBTQ&A that stand out in the middle of the streets and say, we're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children. We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children. Why don't they say that? Because the government is it. Don't you get it? Our government are fudge packers. You got people in government that are in power over you. A gay man. You would allow a gay man to have power over you? You're queer yourself. You're a little fudge packer. You're a weak-minded twit yourself if you would allow a gay man to vote a gay man into office. You're a twit, period, if you'd vote for the lesser of two evils. Bam! I'm so done with you fucking people, man. You nitwit Christians, man. You just can't figure this stuff out. You can't understand. I tell you over and over and over. Over and over and over, man. Over and over and over on this channel. These lessons can't be disputed. You listen to these messages, then there's a possibility at salvation for you. You dismiss them, you mock them, you speak out negatively against it, against what I share. You run your mouth. You come into my place like you're an evolutionist, or you don't believe in the creation story, and then you want to try to knock somebody who loves God. You guys don't stand a chance anyways. That's why I don't have comments in my comment section. Because everybody that comes in my room gets destroyed. If you're a Christian and you put parables down in my room, you get destroyed. Your God, Jesus, gets destroyed at this room. You understand? Jesus is the devil. Wake up. Then the Lord said to Moses, say to the Israelites, you must observe the Sabbath. This will be a sign between me and you and the generations to come, so that you may know that I am the Lord that makes you holy. Observe the Sabbath, because it is the holy to you. Anyone who desecrates it is to be put to death. Those that do not work observe the Sabbath, because it is holy to you. Anyone who desecrates it is to be put to death. Those that do any work are, or that day are to be cut off from the people. Okay. I'm pretty sure that this is why Gentiles, atheists, unbelievers, liars, adulterers, murderers, corrupted officials, bank launderers, extortionists, vampires, mighty men, men of renown, Nephilim, giants, pieces of shit, dirt bags, rotten maggots, worms. That's what this is, man. Anyone who desecrates it will be put to death. Okay? For 6 days work is to be done, but on the seventh day, the Sabbath, celebrating it for the generations to come. On the seventh day, the Sabbath, rests only to the Lord. Whoever does work on the Sabbath day is to be put to death. Well, I think that that's damn near everybody on this plane of existence. Now, I don't know about everybody on the plane of existence, but in this plane of existence, they have you working on a Sabbath day. And I got to ask, man, have you ever worked on a Sabbath day? I've worked on a Sabbath day. Hell, we were taught that Sunday's the Sabbath. And then I learned that Saturday was the Sabbath. And then I heard that Friday was the Sabbath. So, this book is messed up. And like I say, I don't get lost in the stories. Okay? I don't get lost in the stories. The message is at the end of the story. What message am I bringing to you? I'm bringing to you worship one God. Worship the Spirit of truth, the living God, the self-existing eternal creator. Worship one God. That's what I bring to you. That's the message I bring to you. And on that day, if I'm wrong about one God and there's a Trinity, I'll beg the Creator to let all go that I screwed out of the truth, which isn't, the other side is the lie. I don't even know why the hell I'd even say that. The Israelites are to observe the Sabbath, celebrating it for the generations to come as a lasting covenant. It will be a sign between me and the Israelites forever. For 6 days the Lord had made the heavens and earth, and on the seventh he rested. Lie. And he was refreshed. Lie. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like Jesus. You know why I say that? Because Jesus lost his power, remember? So, the Creator never slumbers or sleeps. The God of Israel never slumbers or sleeps. Say it with me. The God of Israel never slumbers or sleeps. So who's this that's resting? Okay? And was refreshed. A man, a controller. Yahweh. Yahweh is a man. That's what the Bible says. I don't say it, folks. Don't be pissed off at me for saying, go to Bible Hub, man. Exodus chapter 15:3, and look at it. Read all the selections down there. You're going to have Yahweh as a man. You're going to have Jehovah as a man. You got the Lord as a warrior. The Lord is his name. Just read them all. There's many of them. There's a couple other different names in there too, alongside of them. And the pronunciation of Lord is spelled Lorde, Lorde. Okay? When the Lord finished speaking to Moses, okay, the Creator only speaks through telepathy, folks. The Creator speaks through telepathy. He don't speak words. Okay? To Moses on Mount Sinai, he gave them the 2 tablets of the covenant law, the tablets of stone carved with the finger of God. So you guys remember when the Lord was talking to Moses earlier, and he said to Moses that I will make you like a god to the Israelites. Okay? But the Creator, the self-existing eternal Spirit, is saying that there are no other gods. So how could something that's telling us that there are no gods say to Moses that I will make you a god to the Israelites? Now, I'm telling you, man, I read this Bible in a completely different fashion than the rest of the Gentile. I even read it differently today than I think most Hebrews. I don't even think Hebrews, read it straight through. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe I'm out of my ass. Maybe I'm talking shit. Who knows? But I know that the Spirit of God, He orders things through telepathy. And that everything is used. All creation is used of the Supreme. Used of the Supreme Creator. The Creator. The one that created something that eats, which is mankind, which is 666. So tired of these silly ass answers. I've watched probably about 3-4 hours of these 8 to 10 minute. Probably about over almost a dozen of them in the last few days of these people explaining 666, and it's so frustrating. And what's even more frustrating, folks, is I can go in these rooms and I can show them all my material. I can post one video in the comment section. As soon as I start spamming my content, they shut my comments down. I can't comment anymore. Sometimes this last time they shut my comments down for 3 or 4 days. I couldn't comment, so now I'm back able to comment and stuff. So, but when I share my information and I have different things that I've written up on 666 system, and then I go through all the comment sections and I comment and I share my theology versus the theology that they're just looking at, and I don't get any kind of response at all out of the hundreds of people. All the responses in there are all patting these people on the back. Oh, thank you so much for your lesson. You're such a wise person. You have been blessed. All that, man. Just comment after comment after comment praising these people about their word salad and vomit that's coming out of their mouth about the 666 system. And then when I put information inside of the channel, inside of the comments, and let's say there's 18 people in there in comments, I'll comment on every one of them and post my theology about 666. No videos, just my theology. Another channel, 30, oh, okay, I comment 30 more times on that one. This channel over here, 8 times, comment all 8 comments on that one. 250 on this channel, maybe I'll only comment 30 or 40 times. The bottom line is for the last few days, I've been sharing my information on these 666 channels, and I haven't got one comment in regards to what I've shared with them. And you got all these nutbags praising them, telling them how great their information is. I imagine the minute they see what I've shared, they shit their pants is what they do. Is what they do. Speaking to Moses on Mount Sinai, he gave them 2 tablets of the covenant law, the tablet stone carved by the finger of God. In this particular case, I'm saying that this God here equals Moses. I think that those tablets were carved by Moses, because Moses will be as God to the Israelites. Moses is the one that's up on the mountain for 40 days. Okay? Took him 40 days to carve the damn things. Okay? Didn't take God, the Spirit of God, to carve the stones 40 days. He could have done it. He could have snapped his finger and they're done. What you see in Hollywood is just that. It's all Hollywood. It's holy wood. It's hollowed wood. It's all fake. It's all ghosts. Okay? There you go, folks. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, my Creator, your Creator, our Creator, the Supreme Creator, the One, the self-existing Eternal One. Imagine, if you will, the Creator, the self-existing eternal one above the firmament, outside this plane of existence, is always light, separated from the darkness. This place here, we have a light and day, but separated from the darkness. And the Creator from outside of this plane of existence here, that is good, all right, created something down here that is bad, was thrown down here, was given whatever it was that was given power down here. And then when Jesus was sent, okay, to particular people, when Jesus was sent to the Israelite, he was sent from the Spirit of God that lives outside of this plane of existence. And you got to understand that there's also a natural spirit, the man, the natural spirit of the man that's down here on this plane of existence. The natural spirit of man is the magic man. Okay? Natural means magic, folks. Natural means flesh. Magic, that man created in an image, is a mage. A mage is a magic man. It's one that practices sorcery. The one that's created in an imagination has magi in it. It is, I am a jinn. I am a mage jinn. I am a jinn mage. A nation. I am a jinn nation. That's what it is. An imagination, because it has magi in it. And everything on this plane of existence is a supernatural trick that has been pulled over your eyes. The flesh has blinded you from your soul, from seeing what you really are. When you stand in front of a mirror and you look at yourself, that's not you. There's something inside of you, okay? One day you're going to die and you're going to stand, your soul's going to stand up, and then you look over to the mirror and you're going to see what you really are. You're a sucked up freaking demon, okay? You got horns on your freaking head. Your teeth are rotting out of your fucking mouth. You're nasty. That's what you are. Okay? The soul, if you're not serving the Creator, the Spirit, the self-existing, eternal, living God, then you're serving something other than what's inside your flesh suit is dead. It's that simple. There's no turning back from that. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator is one God. I hope you liked the lesson. If you did, please share. Go ahead and hit the like button. Share this, the information. It's your responsibility that if you believe this information to be true and accurate, then it's your responsibility to get it out there. If you're not going to make a channel yourself and put this word out here, then it's your responsibility to get this information out to others. It's that simple. Don't lay on your back doing nothing. Do God's work. All praise and glory to Him. Peace. This is White Raptor News Ministries.